Welcome back to Only Talk Sports, and today we have a video talking about the 49ers quarterback situation. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. Now, we got 2 weeks before the NFL starts, and the 49ers are a really interesting team because they have a really good quarterback, and his name is Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo, he's gotten into a Super Bowl. He's been really good, even when he was the backup for Tom Brady at the Patriots. You saw the promise that he had. He goes out to the 49ers, and he's been their starter. Yeah, he was hurt a few times, but he's been really good. And like I said, he got into a Super Bowl. But now there's all this talk about him not being there, that the 49ers are wanting to get rid of him and trade him. And I'm just like, why? Why would you do that? I mean, the guy's gotten you to a Super Bowl. He's a really solid quarterback. Yeah, he's not perfect. Is he one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL? I wouldn't put him probably in my top 5 or even maybe top 10, but he's really solid. And solid is good. And what's behind Jimmy G at the 49ers is unproven talent. Trey Lance at quarterback is he was really good in college in North Dakota State, which was at a small school, and a lot of quarterbacks have come from small schools. That some of them are decent, but a lot of them are, they were better in college because they were at small schools. And I think Trey Lance is eventually going to be a really good quarterback, maybe in the future. But I would not be starting Trey Lance if you got Jimmy Garoppolo on your team. And you got Nate Sudfeld behind Trey Lance. Nate Sudfeld, he played at Indiana in college. I mean, he's a solid quarterback, but he can't run. He's a pretty good thrower, but he's never had an opportunity in the NFL to start, and probably because of the fact he's probably not good enough to start. He's been in the NFL for 5 seasons. He's a solid backup. I've heard nothing but good things about him. But you don't want him being your starting quarterback. And then you got Brock Purdy from Iowa State, again, a decent quarterback. But none of these quarterbacks are elite. Now, why is this happening with Jimmy Garoppolo? I think what's going on, I don't know. But what I think is that they've had a falling out. The coach and the GM and at the 49ers and Jimmy Garoppolo have had a falling out. For some reason, they're at odds with each other, because if it's strictly on-field production, it wouldn't make sense to get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo. I think something behind the scenes we don't know because they won't say, but I just think that something's going on that they're at odds with each other. Jimmy G, I mean, he hasn't really said anything, but he's not really protesting this either. So, I mean, like I said, they might not even get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo, and maybe he will still be on the team, but they've basically said Trey Lance is going to be the starter, and you don't replace Jimmy Garoppolo with Trey Lance because of on-field production. If you're going on-field production, you're not doing it. It's like I said with Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield statistically is the better quarterback than Sam Darnold, and what ended up happening? Baker Mayfield got the job over Sam Darnold. Now, unfortunately, Sam Darnold's hurt, so he wouldn't be able to play right now anyway, so Baker's the starter. But here, if you're looking at on-field production, there is no way that you pick Trey Lance over Jimmy Garoppolo. Again, Trey Lance eventually will be good, but it ain't right now, especially when you have Jimmy Garoppolo, again, who's a really solid quarterback, has gotten you to a Super Bowl. It makes absolutely no sense for them to get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo. I understand if something's going on behind the scenes, if you had a falling out, you don't want to deal with him anymore, or why you'd want to get rid of him, and I get that. Something happened probably. Something happened. They're into it. They don't want to be a part of each other anymore. I understand that. But now the 49ers are going to be a worse team. If they do get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo, the 49ers are going to take a massive step back. It doesn't matter that you have Deebo Samuels as a wide receiver. It doesn't matter that you have Nick Bosa on the defense. It doesn't matter. They're not going to be as good of a team this year. They're not going to make the playoffs with Trey Lance. They're not going to make the playoffs with Nate Sudfeld. They're not going to make the playoffs with Brock Purdy. They're going to make the playoffs with Jimmy Garoppolo. And even though, again, whatever's happening off the field is not up for me to say, because I have no idea what's going on, and maybe something happened that's completely justifiable for them to get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo, I don't know. But if you're going by on-field production, there is no way that I would get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo no matter what. He is the best option at quarterback. Again, Trey Lance, I think, is going to be a really solid quarterback in the future, but it's not this year. They need Jimmy Garoppolo. And if the 49ers do get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo, I think they're going to regret their decision, at least this year and maybe in the couple years in the future. Maybe in the far future, Trey Lance will be the guy, but they're going to really regret it if they do get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo this season. I hope you liked this video. Comment down below what you think about the Jimmy Garoppolo situation and whether they need to get rid of him or not, and whether it's justifiable, or whether you think Trey Lance should be the starting quarterback or not. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this, and I'll see you next time.